Well, hello, house guests. Welcome back to House of Chatter. Come on in and have a seat. I have some iced tea for you today. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit something different. We are going to be putting Blake Lively on cross-examination my way. I'm not a lawyer, so this is going to be kind of funky, but we're going to examine one of her claims or her allegations of her being fat shamed and being ridiculed online or on the behest of Wayfair and the defendants that she was shamed about her wardrobe. So this is Blake Lively on cross-examination. So bear with me. This is my first run. Okay. So Miss Lively, otherwise known as Miss Get a New Wig Maker Lively, you allege that you were not only fat shamed, but that you were ridiculed about your wardrobe and that this was part of a smear campaign. Were you aware that comments about your wardrobe first occurred on TikTok? Please, to the court, I present 2 videos from TikTok that prove that there was no smear campaign or alleged seeding or whatever she said in her thing with Jed Wallace. Okay? So here I'm going to play it for you.
Like Lively herself picked out. What I'm wondering though is what Lily Bloom was supposed to look like, because this doesn't seem right. I took to Pinterest.
Hoover is addressing those costume critiques. The author is responding to fan concern over the highly anticipated film adaptation of her novel, It Ends With Us, starring Blake Lively.
Miss Target Hair Care Failure Lively, how do you respond to this?
Wardrobe is always the way that I enter a character. I'm a very shy person, so if I look a certain way, then I can escape into that. Like even stuff today, I don't dress like
Miss Fancy Shoes Lively, I understand that you normally don't dress like this, and I'm very glad that you're dressed appropriate for court today. Unlike your normal wardrobe where you say that you wear pajamas during the day. I'm very, very happy for you. Now, were you aware that not only Colleen Hoover, but Justin Baldoni were defending your wardrobe choices, even though they ballooned the budget and you were supposed to be a producer and be budget friendly, meaning you were supposed to, I don't know, spend low so you can get a higher profit margin. So really you cut into your own paycheck if you balloon the budget with, I don't know, $1 million in clothing. That's less than $1 million in your pocket in the end. Isn't that correct? But let's circle back to not only Colleen Hoover defending your honor, but also Justin Baldoni. Let me play you this, Miss. Oh my God, you really wore a wig in this movie? Lively.
Beginning, they put a lot of emphasis on Blake's wardrobe and the ages of the characters, and you know that created a lot of online chatter. But I think that watching this, they're going to see like, oh, we get it now. Like her wardrobe was just, it complemented the set and the coloring of the film and everything so well that I don't think it's an issue when you watch the film, and neither is their ages. Like I think the maturity of their characters and aging them up was the right choice. So I feel like readers will be excited when they see the changes and how they flowed so well.
Miss Lively, married to that one actor who might be famous, who might not be famous, and make a lot of money. Lively. Anyways, were you aware that Colleen Hoover also may have had some concerns or sounded like she had some concerns, but was definitely surprised about her fans' reaction to you.
That kind of reaction to the ages in the wardrobe?
I think it did, but once I started to see it, it also made me happy because I'm like, oh, they care so much about this book and these characters that they want to see and feel exactly what they felt reading the book when they watched the movie. And so to me, it was more of a compliment, I think.
Miss, please get a new wig maker, Lively. Honestly, just get a new wig maker. How do you feel about that?
Congrats on your little bump.
Thank you, Miss Lively. I appreciate that compliment on my healthy body. Anyways, it is your weight and your appearance that you have brought on to trial and cross-examination by way of your complaint. So that is what we're going to take a very close look at, whether it be a bigger issue or a smaller issue. But still, I appreciate all of the love. Now, regarding bumps and weight, wasn't it in your contract that you may maintain a certain appearance or anything like that? And isn't it, or wasn't it, wouldn't you agree, noticeable that you had a noticeable change in appearance, maybe going from a much larger person as seen at the end of the movie where you're wearing that crop top and you kind of have some fattish hanging over your clothing, which makes you look way bigger than what you actually are, versus the party scene where both of you looked like you had toner bodies, though I will say Justin definitely looked like he kept up his appearance regardless of contract or whatever. No offense or anything like that. I just thought he looked better. But in regards to your weight, in previous interviews, you have allowed your trainer to talk to other parties. Isn't that correct? Like in the instance of this Hello Magazine interview, where you are giving a shout out to your trainer. Thanks, Don Saladino, for kicking my ASS into shape. 10 months to gain. She was talking about being pregnant and gaining weight on one of her pregnancies earlier than this one. And 14 months to lose. Feeling very proud. Actually, that does bring us to another point. If it took her 14 months to lose, why would you choose a movie that's so close to the time it takes to lose all of the weight? Is that why this movie got kept getting pushed away? Was it because Blake Lively was afraid of her weight? After all, she did have to have a body double on the other movie. So was there a weight issue there? Why couldn't she fit into that tiny little costume? And if she was required to fit into that tiny little costume, so sorry, Blake, if you were required to go into that tiny little costume, why weren't you forced to? Oh, was it because you have marital privilege? And in this case, I can't really cross-examine Ryan Reynolds, but I will try. Is it because you gave him an ultimatum in that thing too? If you make me get into this tiny thing, I'll divorce you. I'll take the kids. I'll divorce you and get alimony and child support and the Tribeca beautiful brick house that's in New York. Did you pull that one? Or was it the other way around where your husband was like, we can just do this body double and you can just do the voiceover because we can create a contract and whatever you like. Anyway, I digress. Way off of topic. I am so sorry. Miss, please get a new wig maker. Lively. Your personal trainer also opened up to Hello Magazine and said, Oh, I'm sorry. It was E! News. But Hello is interviewing on this or covering this. E! News about her diet. Ooh, spicy. And exercise regimen. And had a few surprises. We did not put Blake on any crazy strict diet. Well, at least she's dedicated to the role, right? Dedicated to the cause, losing weight, healthy. Isn't that what Justin wanted? Was her to be healthy and not do some crazy strict diet? And besides, her personal trainer continues. That's not who she is. That's not what she wants people to think she is. She enjoys eating delicious foods just like anyone else. Man, I am a foodie and I would be 1,000 pounds if I could live my life eating food, honestly. Don said he doesn't believe in calorie deficits and instead the focus is on good quality food and balanced meals of proteins, vegetables, and carbs. You know, this just explains so much to us. You know, if she's eating pasta, it's good quality pasta. You know, no weight concerns here. But if she's eating cookies, it's good quality cookies. I want her cookies if she's not getting fat. I want those cookies. What's in them? Crack? I want it. Those must be some fabulous cookies. She tries to avoid processed foods and junk foods. What are cookies? Still the cookies. What is with these cookies? I want it. I continue. She focuses on things in moderation and doesn't deprive herself of a dessert if she's at a party. Does that include these damn cookies? I want them. Okay, so I guess this is the secret sauce is what we're getting to. Blake was in the gym 4 to 5 days a week, and the length of her workouts vary depending on the demands of her children. I get that. I mean, I got mom arms doing, baby yoga with the youngest, because I didn't have any dumbbells. It was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. We worked for an hour, and other days we only had 20 to 30 minutes because she's on a tough schedule with her kids. Other days, she had to hit it on her own. With cookies? I want cookies. Do the kids eat cookies? I want those cookies. Blake did plenty of resistance training and some cardio too, but it wasn't an overnight fix. There was never really a goal weight, Dawn added. She just said, listen, this is the process. This is what we need to be doing, and I have to enjoy it. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. I don't think anybody put any pressure on you, Blake. I think it was just all you. Isn't that right? What do you have to say for that? Did you take this training or any training seriously? How do you feel about your weight loss?
Try. You can do it. No, it was my job to train, like an athlete. It was my job to train.
What was your diet like?
I got those cinnamon rolls from the Hive. That was a good day. But I think in food, so
Miss Wrong Color Wig Lively, you think in food. Is that why you also get upset and argue over food?
Almost, because I wasn't sure what you'd be craving.
Nonsense. Can I tell you, real friends bring me real food. I had real friends that brought me these Levain cookies.
That's
Look at
amazing.
that. Have you had Levain in New York?
I haven't had those. Are they
So
amazing?
almost does not count as a present.
Maybe for the next one, because I know you're already hinting at having another one.
I want to get back onto you. Let's talk about you almost bringing. Tell me the impetus of why you didn't bring the present.
I should.
Miss Blake, you have really pretty shoes. Lively. Were you also aware that there were other people who were also noticing the amount of food and what is in your diet?
Confirm, this girl eats so much. I don't know how or where
I
it
got
goes.
food poisoning last night, and everybody was like, my God.
So, Miss Failed Target Hair Care Line Lively, you admit to eating to excess where it gets you food poisoning and makes you sick. Is that why you are so sick on set? Or off of set and had to call in or be late or just not show up? Anyways, I digress. We're more focused on your weight and possibly your diet and the amount of cookies and calories that you eat. I guess if you eat an excess in calories, it makes it kind of hard to lose weight. But did you know that other people noticed your weight, not your weight loss, again, but your weight gain? How do you respond to this, Miss Blake Lively? In an article by houseandwhips.com, it stated that you were trying to maintain your weight. In the article, it states that's correct. Blake Lively weight gain was primarily due to her pregnancy. That's why she took a break from public attention after giving birth to her fourth child on February 12, 2023. However, she has recently made a reappearance and stunned her fans by maintaining her pregnancy weight and is now set to be a co-star in the film version of Colleen Hoover's 2016 bestseller romance novel It Ends With Us with Justin Baldoni. Furthermore, it seems like the actress is working hard on maintaining her pregnancy weight. Yes, she is working hard maintaining her pregnancy weight. Later in the article, it says there's some emphasis on the necessity of getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, and going on frequent walks to stay in shape. That's right, walks. It'll make you lose 60 pounds. Just like she states. And get this, Blake Lively stated, I did no gluten and no soy. Once you remove soy, you realize you're eating no processed foods. So that's basically what I did. No processed foods and then working out. Wasn't there that day that she had the blueberry muffins or whatever? I want those too. And those cookies. Anyway. So, Miss, I was fat shamed on set, Lively. How do you respond to all of this? You and your own fans state that, you were just a little bit bigger. And Justin Baldoni did actually defend your honor. So how do you feel about this?
And the first on-set photos dropped of Blake as Lily. A lot of people had a lot to say about her wardrobe in particular. So what message do you have for maybe those fans who are being a little too critical right now before they've even seen the film?
The photos show one moment from one part of Lily's life, and we're not always thinking about why her clothes look that way in that area. And also, once you see the movie, it all makes sense.
We aged the characters up a little bit, and I can't stress enough that if you love the book, I believe you're going to love the film.
So, Miss Lively, it does seem that Justin Baldoni at least was trying to defend you in the wardrobe choices that you made. It does not seem that he appeared to fat shame you in any way. It just appears that your poor wardrobe choices and your lack of possibly preparation or training maybe led to your backlash, especially if your own fans are stating that you are maintaining your pregnancy weight. Maybe that's an article that you planted or seeded. How do you respond with that?
Bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
Well, Thank you. Again, Miss Blake Lively, congrats on your little bump that you did not lose after your 4th pregnancy. It's a natural thing. We all get it after multiple kids back to back. You know, that uterus doesn't really go down. Anyways, you're free to go. Thank you for this cross-examination. And again, congrats on your bump.